Hello everyone, it is me again, Geisha Dedra, back with another video, so thank you for tuning in. And today we are going to go back down memory lane and talk about 3 life-changing moments I had in Japan. So many of you know me already. I am from the San Francisco Bay Area and I lived in Gunma, Japan. There are so many amazing experiences I have documented on this channel, but today I want to highlight 3 main memories that really changed my view of Japan, changed my view of myself, and just changed my view of the world in general. These 3 moments are actually things that have been said to me that have really lasted with me. And the first of those is marry a foreigner like her. So this was during the summertime. I was heading down to Kyoto to visit one of my friends. You can see a vlog in one of my Let's Go vlogs, but I was going down to visit him and I was staying at his family's house. And he has a mom and he had a brother and a grandmother who was like 94 years old. She was old, but she had like a youthful spirit. I think you guys might know what I'm talking about. She was definitely old in age, but young in spirit. A lot of people from Kyoto and Osaka and just that Kansai region of Japan are known for being super warm and friendly and funny and hospitable. And they were exactly like that. It was all smiles and good things when I was there. It was really fun. And I remember after the fact, when I was going back to the station to ride back to Gunma, he told me after the fact that she said, if you bring home a foreigner, bring a foreigner like her. It made me feel really good because so much of my worry about me being in Japan was how I would be looked at socially, if people would accept me. It was another really big concern if I ever were to date or get married to a Japanese person, like how would their family view me? Would I ever be one of them? And hearing her say that just really warmed my heart. Like it just made me really happy. Like there's still hope, like yes. And there are people like her that exist. Like there are Japanese boomers who accept me. She might be a boomer, I'm not sure. But anywho, besides the point, it was really nice to hear and it warmed me up inside. Number 2 is she's Japanese. So the next story happens in Nagano. It was winter time and one of my favorite things to do in Japan, especially in the winter, is go to Japanese hot springs called onsen. So I went to this onsen in Nagano and I remember it was like raining, like frosty. I don't know, it was like snow, but not snow. But we were out in the hot bath. So just imagine that, just a buffet for the senses. We were all sitting in the bath, like I was there with my friends, and there was a bunch of other Japanese people too. So there was the main warm bath, which took up most of the area, and there was like a smaller ice cold bath, which is a really prominent thing you'll see at hot springs, that they often have a larger bath for everyone and then an optional cold bath, because I'm sure there's health benefits to sitting in there, but yeah, it was freezing. Part of me was just, you know, I'm just a little daredevil. I was like, okay, like I kind of want to go sit in the cold bath. And my friends were like, no. So I was like, well, I want to sit in the bath. And ironically, there was a little girl, I want to say she had to be like early middle school, late elementary, who was also trying to like sit in the bath and no one wanted to go with her. I see the girl like looking and I was trying to like telepathically speak to this young girl, like, I'll go to the bath with you. But we make eye contact, and at that moment, like I kind of get up and I start walking towards the bath, and I can tell she's also walking towards the bath. So we're going towards this bath. So she's talking to herself, right? Talking to herself, talking to me. She's like, okay, 10 seconds, I can do this. Okay, and go. And then I like go in with her, and we're both sitting in this bath, freezing cold, by the way. It's like literally snowing outside and we're sitting in this freezing bath. But she's counting down like 10, 9, like in Japanese. And I'm there like freezing with her, like counting down my hands, like showing her that I'm with her. Then we count down to 1 and she gets out, I get out, we both get out and we like run to the warm bath. And we go separately, right? Like she goes back to her area, I go back to mine. We both go back and we do the same thing like 3 times. It was just, it's one of those moments that like, if I don't share it, like I'll forget, you know? But the thing that made this memorable to me, because there's plenty of like little whimsical moments like that happened in Japan, but I remember like after the fact, we had gone like 3 times at this point, and she's talking to, I think, her grandmother, And I hear her saying like, she's Japanese, she's Japanese, she's Japanese. Like, not she speaks Japanese, but she is Japanese. Like, she's Japanese. In Japan, there's like this cultural phenomena of like inside, outside. Like, inside is Japan, outside is the world. Inside is everything we know and like us. Outside is everything we don't understand and them. Like, there's this interesting phenomena, but basically her saying that I'm Japanese is saying that like I am the in crowd. It's hard to translate in English or in Western terms like what it means, but like I've heard people say like, oh, you're Japanese in a past life. Like, that's kind of what she was getting at, is that there was like this level of connection that she and I had that felt like someone who knows you would do that. So yeah, this one's a little hard to explain. I don't know if you guys are getting like why this stuck with me so much. I felt so seen, and I felt like she felt seen, which helped me feel seen. And I was like, yay. Like, it was already a great day, a great setting, but that moment just like added that extra level of joy, and it really stuck with me. And even now, like, it really did change my life. And last but not least, we have number 3. She's cute because she's Black. And this is a very heartfelt story. Actually, should be number 1, because the level of emotional response it got from me when she said it is definitely worthy of a top spot. But I digress. If you want to know more about the story in detail, go ahead and look at Being Dark-Skinned in Japan. But to summarize, I was sick and I was losing my voice. And by this day that this occasion happens to be on, I completely lost it. I was talking like this. I really couldn't even talk. And you know, I'm a talkative person in any language, so it was really rough for me that day, but the kids were so nice. So during lunchtime, there's a class rotation roster that I have. So I eat lunch with each different class, and I was with 2nd grade, I believe, or it might have been 3rd grade. And I go in and we're eating, and that's also time for the kids to socialize. And normally it's a time that I used to talk to them, and it was like our connection time outside of class, but I lost my voice that day, so I was just sitting and listening to them as an onlooker. So one little girl says, I like Dedra Sensei's little voice because it's so cute. You know, same like my voice when it's gone. It's like really high pitched and like kawaii, you know? And then a boy says, well, I like Miss Dedra's regular voice because she's so loud and funny. And then someone else said, I like Miss Dedra because she's always smiling. And then like, basically all these kids started talking compliments about me, and I'm just sitting there mute, soaking it up. I was like, yes, yes, yes. I was just enjoying myself. Then this one little girl says, I like Miss Dedra Sensei because she's Black and that makes her cute. That's a translation, but she said, Dedra Sensei, kurokute kawaii. Kurokute kawaii. You guys, the feels? At that moment, the feels were feeling. I don't even think that little girl understood what she had just said, but the level of acceptance and validation I felt in that moment has been unmatched ever since. As a Black woman in the States, we know what it's like for people to give us backhanded compliments of, oh, you're cute for a Black girl, you're pretty for a Black girl. But for someone to say you're pretty because you're Black, like your Blackness makes you pretty. It was just this whole Twilight Zone moment of, wow, this is the future. I was like, it just really rocked me to the core. And even looking 5 years in the future from that moment when that happened, it still like makes me misty-eyed, because it just really made me happy. And I don't even think happy is the right word. It made me relieved. Like, I don't know, it's so strange, but it really did change my life. Clearly, I'm still grappling with it to this day, but it was a positive experience to say the least. You know, I hope she gets a Black boyfriend in her future, you know, just speaking that for her, because it was just so sweet. So yeah, God bless that child, wherever she is. Anyways, guys, those were the 3 life-changing moments I had in Japan. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like this video if you did, and if you want to see more, subscribe to this channel and become part of the YouTube fam. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.